we'll have a very different, onboarding process.
Of course.
But it will be definitely a win-win, because definitely we need to take into consideration that you are doomed, we are doomed. So we need to work around this. So right now, there is no point in thinking of, hey, you don't have work, we don't have work, our business is going bust, you don't have cash at your home, so you just sit at home and just go to your grapes straight. And that's not going to work. The reality is this, okay? Imagine nothing works. Nothing at all works. Curfew, let's say curfew still goes on, and after about 2-3 months they lift it, and let's say economy doesn't come back, everybody's like lazy at home. Not lazy, let's say everybody's on a negative mode, let's say nobody does anything. What's going to happen is eventually people are going to start coming out, and we are going to start doing our own farming at home just to live, right? We are getting back to the basics of living.
Yeah.
So you are eventually going to do something to live, just to live. You might even just start doing your own gardening and start living. The thing is, since we are living in an economy where products and services and everything, that there is some sort of sense to this at the moment, because you cannot be completely isolated. If you want, if you can figure out a way, you can. But let's say I'm talking about medicines and getting essential services, doctors, and all of that is still in play. I mean, we cannot completely live without that. So that all of that falls into an economic perspective. So because these fall into an economic perspective, a give and take is naturally there. So when a give and take is there, money has to be made. So when money has to be made, okay, so maybe we can at least arrive at a conclusion that at least basic economy has to run.
Okay.
In that sense, I would say, okay, completely isolating yourself and living on your own like that might not work. But when we come back out, if things are really bad, we will even so we will still figure out how to move forward.
So I think if anybody wants to leave and looking for job opportunities, I'll definitely send them through to you, and I will send my CV also on the side note to you, man.
Definitely. So right now, I would say right now is a good time. It's how you look at it, okay? Right now is a good time to hire, because maybe if you are looking at some really good talent, that talent is still available. Maybe you can hire them for a very different terms and conditions. It's like you don't have to be completely evil, but you can make it a win-win. So just to give one example, I know a certain other startup which is reaching out to some of their friends who got like pay cuts, and some people who got laid off. They're working with them as commissioned salespeople. So if you're at home and if you're lost your salaries, why not at least do a sales job?
Do you think sales work right now? I mean, I think there's an interesting thought process that came in today. Like with this phase, sales don't work. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm talking about the short term. See, we are talking about at least right now. We are also involved with some companies. Some services are still operating. Definitely, I mean, all of this. I mean, I think different industries will have its different. It can endure, operate it even more. So I think probably we are one of the very few industries. We are blessed enough where we are not immediately affected. But let's say if this prolongs maybe a few more weeks, we also will start getting hit. But as of now, it's good. So in a way, I think it also gives us a little bit of time for us to prepare. So right now, you're going to say something.
No, I was going to say, let me flip the coin after this. I mean, let me flip the coin and say, you obviously you're a business owner as well, right? I mean, employees, okay, one angle of it. Now, here's a guy now who has to make sure there aren't people giving them money or checks or payments because curfew is there, signatories are not there, we have decided not to pursue your services because the situation is such and we are on a cost containment. I have monthly salaries to pay. I mean, this is a proper small, startup guys' worries, right? Tell me about what is your advice to those guys?
Right now, I would say is just don't collect all the cash you have. Right now, cash is more important. So maybe even from a business owner's perspective, you trying to make, let's say, even the hires, right? If if I am running behind hiring expensive people just because I want the talent, and if I am promising things that I cannot sustain for a longer period, that is going to be detrimental. Because right now we are going through an uncertain period. So right now, it's the pure concern should be living. Basically right now the only concern should be living. So we need to make sure that we need to collect all types of cash that we have, and then just make sure that we can sustain the next few weeks to come out of this.
But why are you saying few weeks? I mean, do you believe in couple of weeks the situation will change, or because a lot of people, you're the only one who speaks about this in weeks, because everybody has spoken to speaks in months. What is there a particular reason?
Weeks or months. I'm not saying weeks. I said maybe at least until the curfew is lifted, but definitely it's weeks, months. I mean, that combined together, basically the immediate. So I think we can put this in three layers at least. The immediate layer is us maybe within the next 3 weeks, or maybe 1 month, or maybe 1.5 months. That's the immediate first for us to come out of this. Maybe the curfew. See, the thing is this: we don't even know whether the pandemic is going to resurface again. We can control this for now.
Yeah.
So we can control this, but this is we are dealing with something really dangerous here. So I think the previous examples that we have that we can relate to is also not something that comes close to this, because the previous pandemics that we had were contained because they were able to zero in on the hot areas. Now it's different. You don't even know what the hot areas are. The thing is, it's even more dangerous because right now the numbers that you hear, or rather we hear, is only with the tests that were done. We don't have, if the entire world got tested right now, the numbers would be completely different.
Yeah.
Right now the problem, with the tests that we have done, we are getting the numbers out. And out of that numbers is where we are looking at the mortality rate.
So I want to keep jumping back into this, because I mean I want to stay away a little bit from the discussion on the pandemic and talk a little bit. So are you think the government has done enough for funding and supporting, or government or the banks or whoever guys? Because ultimately, as you said, it's a cash is king, queen, ace, whatever it is, right? Do you think there's enough support being lended for startups to keep them afloat during this time? What are the ways that people can raise money for cash actually to be able to do it? I know that there are tax benefits, all of that have been. Are they really something that people can follow up and get the benefit from? Does it really make sense? I mean, what do you think about those stuff?
I think intentions of whoever the authorities of allowing certain reliefs and loans and tax relief, all of this is there. It's already out.
Yeah.
You can actually apply for it, but how does this materialize is still a question mark, because this has happened previously as well, where you can apply for loans and you can get funded. All of this, I think it also was available previously as well, specifically in one occasion. But there were practical problems, and many startups who applied were completely rejected because that system wasn't completely thought through. So even if the government wants to do certain things, it needs to think through that entire cycle. If not, it's not going to work. So even this looks very promising, but we cannot make any calls or judgment until it happens.
So let me.
For me, I'm not.
So what about the banks?
I'm not looking at.
What about the banks? I mean, I asked this question from someone else, and I want to just pick you. And I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, mate, but I will. Just a couple of months ago, all the banks in Sri Lanka said they have 8 billion profits, 15 billion profits, and then they have so many reserves and all. Do you think they should come out and do a much more bigger role in supporting these companies?
To make a call on that, I'm not too strong with my economics and numbers.
Okay. No, but what is your gut feeling as a startup guy? I mean, because the first thing you'll go is you want to get overdrafts and stuff like that being approved to be able to immediately get the cash into the company. And the biggest person, because in a hurry, you will not be able to get an investor in. If you're cash strapped and you need to start paying the salaries and the bills or whatever, the first place you'll go is, listen, we have X number of rupees to collect from our customers, but they are not paying because of its lockdown and curfew. Here's are the invoices and commitments and contracts.